Hare Krishna. Today, let me take you to a battlefield. North India, year 1556. Early morning at Panipat. Dust rising, war drums echoing, thousands of soldiers waiting for the signal. On one side stood a young Mughal force under Akbar, and on the other side was a man who had already changed the course of history once. Hemchandra Vikramaditya was famously known as a Hemu. Hemu was not born into royalty, but he had risen from ordinary beginnings through skills, strategy, and relentless effort. Battle after battle, he kept winning. One victory became two, two became 10. By the time he reached Panipat, he had already won more than 20 battles. He had captured Delhi, he had crowned himself the king. For him, this was not just another fight. This was consolidation. This was completion. And on that morning, everything looked in his favor. His army was strong, disciplined, experienced. War elephants at the front, cavalry prepared behind, and most importantly, the momentum of the whole army. As the battle began, his forces pushed forward. The Mughal lines began to weaken. From the battlefield, it looked like the history was about to repeat itself. Another victory and another expansion. Now Hemu himself was leading from the front, standing atop his war elephant, calm, focused, totally in control. Then something happened. It was actually a massive turning point. Not a sudden ambush, just one moment. An arrow, it struck him in the eye. He collapsed. And in that instant, something invisible broke. Not the army, the center. Because from a distance, soldiers saw only one thing. Their commander had fallen. And what happens to a strong army when it suddenly loses direction? Confusion spreads. Orders stop. Confidence drops. The same soldiers who were pushing forward just minutes ago began to hesitate, then retreat, and then finally scatter. Within a short time, a battle that looked almost won was completely lost. Now, pause there, because this is not just a history, this is a pattern. Everything was present: strength, preparation, experience, momentum, but one thing failed. The center did not hold. And once that breaks, everything else follows. In life, we often focus on external strength, skills, plans, resources, opportunities. But there is another layer that is less visible, but far more decisive. And that is your inner steadiness, your ability to stay clear when things change, your ability to remain composed under pressure. Because moments like that arrow, they come in different forms. They can come in a form of a sudden failure, an unexpected loss, a moment of panic, a break in focus, and in that moment, something similar happens. If the inner center stays stable, you recover, respond, continue. But if it breaks, everything starts scattering. Now that's why two people can face a similar situation and respond completely differently. One collapses quickly, the other adapts. Not because one had more resources, but because one had more inner stability. There is a simple line to carry from this. A battle is rarely lost in one moment, but it is often decided in one moment. So the real question is not only how strong is my preparation, but when something unexpected happens, will I remain steady? Because when the center holds, even the difficult situations can be handled. But when the center breaks, even the strong positions can collapse. And that is not just the strategy, that is life. Hare Krishna.